Hello and welcome back. In today's tutorial, we will talk about how to do constant currency analysis in Power BI. For the purposes of this video, I assume that you have some familiarity with the topic, so I will just cover it very briefly. Basically, what we want to do is, in our analysis, we would like to take out currency exchange rate fluctuations from our analysis. You could peg the exchange rate using a variety of different techniques. In our case, what we will do is we will take a look at the range selected for our analysis, and then given this range, we will find the latest known exchange rate for each currency, and we will use that in our calculation. So as the windows change for our analysis, so will the constant currency exchange rate. So let's take a look at a specific example here. So for our analysis, we're looking a window of January 1, 2012 to December 31st, 2016. So in our exchange rate table, we see that the latest value for exchange rate is for 5/31, 2016. And given that exchange rate that we know given our window, we see that, for example, in 2012, in Canadian customers, our currency impact, or the difference between doing analysis in US dollars versus US dollars constant currency, we see the difference is $0.8 billion, quite significant. So in 2012, if we use the real exchange rate, the sales were $3.2 billion. In the exchange rate of 5/31/2016, at the time of this analysis, the constant currency exchange rate has made such a bad negative impact on sales that now we went from 3.2 billion to 2.4. So basically, we took out all of the fluctuations and we just restated the history, giving the exchange rate of 5/31/2016. And as I change the slicer, you will see that the exchange rate will change positively or negatively, and all of our numbers will get recalculated. So if you take a look at this window, we see that for about half of the history, US dollars were actually higher than constant currency dollars. And then later, the exchange rate has changed so much that actually constant dollars are looking better than the US dollars. Now, because this is a tutorial, you can go ahead and go into the description of this video, find a link to my blog post, where you could download this model and take a look at all the data and all the calculations yourselves. Now let's take a look how the model is set up. It's pretty simple. We have our sales table that has currency, date, local currency amount, and product. We have our currency table, we have our date table, and then we have a foreign exchange rate table that links our currency, date, and specify the exchange rate to US dollar. And this is what the exchange rate table looks like. You can see that we have our date table, and for Canadian dollar, we see that early on in March 2012, it was actually stronger than dollar. The rate was 0.9. And then as time went by, Canadian dollars was falling, and then eventually you could see the exchange rate go all the way up to 1.35. So you got to take the local currency amount divided by 1.35 to get the US dollar amount. Okay, so let's talk through the logic of our calculations. So as I said, the first thing that we want to do for our constant currency analysis is to figure out what rate we will want to use. So in our case, and in your case, you might be using a fixed rate based on a table, or you might have a different way to figure out what that constant rate is. But in our case, what we're going to do is we need to take a look at the selected window, then take a look at our exchange rate table, see what date makes sense, and our calculation should be pretty robust. Once I know what the last date is, or let's call it constant currency date is for the exchange rate, I need to go and look up the exchange rate. And then what I will need to do is, once I know the exchange rate for each currency, I'm going to take the entire history, all in local currency, and apply exchange rate to that local currency to calculate US dollar constant currency amount. So let's go through all the steps. The first step is to calculate our constant currency date. The way this works is we're going to take a look at our FX rate table and find the maximum date or the latest date that has our that respects our selected date window. So we're using all selected windows so that we could take out all the context filters, and basically we're just looking at whatever we have selected in our slicer. The next step is to calculate our constant currency rate. Now I implemented that as a measure just so that it makes it easier for you guys to follow. Effectively what we need to do this, we got to do this for every currency, but just so you can follow DAX, I decided to take it out and do it as a measure. So the way we're going to calculate our rate is the following. First, in our variable CC, constant currency date, we're going to cache whatever the date was. And don't forget that we will be doing it for each currency, so that for each currency we'll calculate that date. And then what we'll do is we're going to go to our exchange rate table, and we're going to apply a filter, and the filter will say find the date that corresponds to the constant currency date, the latest date, and do this for the currency that we're currently processing. So at this time, what we'll do is we will look up for the specified currency and our constant currency date. We will see what the rate is, and we will return that rate back in the calculation. Our sales USD works the following. We create a table called sales with exchange rate, and the way this will work is we're going to first summarize our sales table, and we're just going to summarize it by date and by currency. So this will create two columns, all unique dates in the fact table and all of the currencies in the fact table in our sales table. And then we will add two more columns to that temporary table. We will add the local currency amount, so that'll be the column number 3, and we will add the exchange rate amount. So for this date and this currency, the code will go into our facts table and look up whatever the exchange rate was for this date currency combination. So just so it's easier for you guys to follow, let's run this statement in DAX Studio and see what that temp table looks like. So as you can see, for each date and each currency, the statement calculated the local currency amount, the sum of all the sales, and it also looked up whatever the exchange rate is. And you can see that exchange rate changes over time. And then it'll also change for different currencies. So if you understand how that add column / summarize works, so summarize just gives us all of the permutations of date and currency in a sales table. Add columns will add the local currency sales and the exchange rate, and you will see that table that looks like this at the end. And then all we need to do is we do a sum x on that table, and we're going to divide our local currency amount by the exchange rate. So sum x will go through the temp table one record at a time. We'll do the math, and then we'll take the USD amount and sum it all up for all of the records. Now let's take a look at how our sales USD constant currency calculation will differ. So as we said, the first thing that we need to do is we need to figure out what our constant currency date is. Then what we need to do is we're gonna create another temp table. We're gonna call it sales with constant rate now. And we're gonna use a similar approach. We're gonna use summarize, and we're gonna summarize it for sales. So we're gonna get a list of all of the currencies using our sales, and then we're gonna add a couple of other columns. Because in prior example, we had a lot of different rows. Basically, the number of permutations by date and currency was very high. We got some performance advantage by using add column summarize. In this case, we only have a handful of currencies, so this should still be pretty performant. So we're going to make a list of all of the currencies. Then we're going to add the local currency amount. So I have a sales LC measure. I just substituted that for the sum. So we're going to add the sales local currency. And then we're going to also calculate the constant currency rate. So this calculate command is very similar to the calculate command I used in my measure calculation. Now when I run this DAX in DAX Studio, you will see that the resulting table looks a little bit different because we no longer care what the sales were per day, because we're going to apply a constant currency exchange rate. then all we need to do is we just need to summarize local currency by currency. And then for each currency, we're going to apply the constant rate in the next step. And here's our last step. All we need to do is the same sum x on our temp table. And we're just going to apply the constant currency rate to our local amount and return that back to our calculation. So now let's see how you can actually test this on your own. So we have our slicer, and what I've done is I've added all of these columns in here. We have our currency by year. We have sales local currency, sales USD, USD in constant currency. And then these two or three columns at the end, I just added them so that it makes it easier for you guys to follow and test. So as I change my window, you will see that given that window, I need to go look up my constant currency date. Then for this date, I'm going to look up what my constant currency rate. And you see that this rate is different for every currency. US dollars will always be 1. And then you could see that how US dollar gets stronger, for example, against Canadian dollars. So it goes from 1.1 to 1.3. Right, so dollar is getting much stronger, and that is going to influence some sort of constant currency impact, right? So you could see that the history in constant currency does not look as good as it did given the exchange rate of the dollar, right? So given the rate that we have right now, 1.3, our early history was overstated because we enjoyed the impact of strong Canadian dollar. So that's about it for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any other approaches for constant currency rate methodology that you would need me to cover, please leave them in the comments as well. I'll be happy to make some modifications to this model to add other methodologies. Hope you found this useful, and I look forward to see you come back very soon. Thanks, bye.